Cesar or Cesar. You can call me either way. CesarInternational.com is one of my websites. CesarUSA.com, CUSANT.com, and some other ones. The purpose of this video is to talk a little bit about the situation in the world right now, things that are happening. We are in a kind of difficult situation with the global warming, things like that, and other subjects that I want to mention. I haven't decided on the title for this video yet. At the end, I will make up a title for this. I have a website in which I promote multiple services, CesarUSA.com, and this one in particular is not too good looking, but I kind of has a long list of things that I offer, services, products, things like that. I help other people promote their business through me, things like that. So pardon my voice a little bit because I'm still recovering from a cold or a flu. I think it's a cold. A lady I visited that she didn't tell me she had a pretty bad cold, and I got it like the same day. Next day I was already coughing, things like that. So it's important, to care for your health and the other people's health. She told me after gave a hello kiss, things like that. I was close to her, things like that, and then she told me I have a very bad cold. Well, I didn't notice right away the effects, but the next day I was coughing, and I've been coughing for like 5 days. Then I traveled back to my city, and then despite being careful, I gave the cold to my brother. They called to my brother-in-law. Hopefully my mother hasn't had a cold yet, but even with the precautions, you can give it to other people. So basically you need to isolate or try to isolate. So, but still, it's difficult when you say it's something that is so contagious to kind of not to give it to others. So try to isolate, take medicines, and try to avoid going out and spraying it to other people. I could talk a little bit about disasters, but everybody know about those. Fires, aviation disasters, so many things going on in this world. Famine in Africa and some other places, India. So we need to help each other. I wanted to tell you about the comparison that I want to make in the world. We are basically like in a boat, in a huge boat. Millions of people living in a boat that I would call Earth, or it could be a ship instead. We are basically in a ship, basically isolated. We could go other planets, but there's no known life in other planets. And I mean, if something happens to this world, we cannot take that many million people to another planet at this moment. Most of them will die here. So we need to take care of our Earth because this is what we have. You know what I'm saying? We're sharing the life in a ship or boat, and if the boat sinks, everybody dies. If the ship gets destroyed, everybody dies. I mean, if something happens to, say, with the global warming, everybody's gonna suffer. So we need to kind of think of not only ourselves, but think about everybody else that lives with us. You know what I'm saying? We need to help each other, help others, not be selfish when so many people is suffering. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see, you don't want to live in those situations. God forbid, but it could happen to some of us. Say in the country something major happens, and then we end up suffering ourselves. So be very careful about what you do with the environment. Help others. Avoid wasteful spending. Try to help others. saying not people who have millions of dollars and they just waste the money instead of helping others, instead of making a difference for others. So, even rich people can have incurable diseases. Things happen. You know what I'm saying? We haven't bought health. We could pay for health care, but you never know. There are some diseases that are pretty bad, no matter how wealthy you are, maybe they is incurable. You know what I'm saying? So save money for the future in case you get a pretty bad disease. You can afford it instead of just spending money on jewelry, things like that. Save money for your health, for difficult financial situations, maybe the market crash, things like that. The global warming is up on us, and we don't want to destroy our planet the way we're doing it right now, which is driving gasoline cars. We should kind of move towards the electrical and hydrogen and other renewable energy vehicles. Save save the resources, take care of the resources, not wasteful spending. I've seen people who washes a dish and it uses like 10, 20 gallons. I don't know how many gallons they leave the faucet open, and they waste tons of water just to wash a little bit of dishes. You know what I'm saying? This is unbelievable. You know what I'm saying? How people waste this water, electricity. They leave the lights on, they leave the cars running for a long time without a need to turn it off and back on. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? So take care of the environment. Actually, in South America, I'm familiar with the situation here in Medellin, Colombia. Right now, I think on Sunday there are going to be elections for the new president. A lot of people are very concerned because there is kind of choices between a left candidate and a kind of middle or right candidate, kind of left and right choices. I'm not too happy with the choices available. Sometimes it could happen is you get a president that is not the best one that you could probably get, makes a major changes to the policies, to the way things occurred. For example, in Venezuela, they have been suffering for like, I don't know, 20 some years because of the way they are managing the country. They went from a really beautiful place to live to a terrible or pretty difficult place to live. You know what I'm saying? And they have not been able to get out of that. They're having a very hard time. So some of those Venezuelans are coming to Colombia to achieve a little bit of a better living. A lot of people migrating from one country to another or to multiple countries trying to get to, for example, the United States, trying to have a better life. So things happen. People are going to be moving from one country to another. When things get bad, they go to another one, and they keep going to another one, and so on. You know what I'm saying? So help your country, help others, and not just stay without any action. I have a little bit of a page. It's called humanitarian assistance. I do my best to help others. I spend almost most of my income helping others. So I'm not rich. I'm actually spending most of my money helping others. I help children, families, all kind of people. So I'm not in the best way to help much more people. So if you want to help me, help others, please go ahead. You can donate. You can. I don't have a Patreon's account yet, but you can let me know. You can contact me. I have an email address. If you want to do financial donations, you can help other ways. Maybe you can think of something that you can help. There are volunteers. I know someone who came over here, wanted to help in a center. I think you don't need to go through that. You don't need to come to Colombia to help. Better ways to help. You can help people directly. I can get you in contact with people who is in dire need. I help them as much as I can, but it's not enough. It's so many people that I cannot really help as many as I want to. Okay. There is the stock market right now. It's a little bit concerning. The inflation in the United States and in other countries is going bad. The stock market crash it could happen. I mean, there is some fears about that. Bitcoin was pretty high now. Has come down quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? So you could be rich one day and the next day you are in pretty bad financial situation. So yes, save for yourself, but also help others. You have to do both, or should do both if you can. Keep in communication with others. Use WhatsApp web or web WhatsApp. You can use it on your cell phone. It's free. You can, for example, keep in contact with people, with me or with anyone who has WhatsApp. It's free, long distance, internationally. So you can, for example, have video calls with people you help. That's what I do. I use WhatsApp on my cell phone and things like that. And I keep in touch with them and see how they are doing, how can I help them. You can do the same with me. You can let me know if you want to help somehow. And then I can get them in touch with the people you want to help. I have a Facebook account. One of them is Oahu Vienes. I used to live in Oahu, a beautiful island in Hawaii. I published some photos of the places I stayed. That I visited. This is in Honolulu. Some photos. Anyway, I do have some channels. I barely have any subscribers. Hopefully you will subscribe. I have made some videos, for example, things to consider in a relationship. This is one in particular, it's pretty long. It's like 30-something minutes long. I made a first one, which was the initial one, then I added more information to it because there are so many things to think about in a relationship. This anger, things like that. Impatience, all kind of things that get involved into relationship. Some other videos such as managing your money, backing up your life. That's one thing that you need to prepare. I mean, in general, computer related, everything related, you need to back up or basically make sure that if something goes wrong, you have a backup for the computer, for the cell phone. My cell phone just died. Died a couple of days ago. I need to get it fixed. I think the electronics got damaged, so all the contacts that were there, they're saved to my memory, but still the cell phone doesn't work, so I had to go get another one. You know what I'm saying? So you never know when your cell phone is going to break down, get damaged, maybe the little connector, plugging it so many times eventually fails, it doesn't work anymore, or it's electronics inside that breaks down, so you need to back up your contacts from your cell phone. I know a real estate lady, her cell phone, I don't know, got wet or got damaged somehow. She lost all the contacts that she had there. She didn't have a backup, she didn't write them down, and so she had trouble getting back to her customers. Do you know what I'm saying? So I do have some recommendations. There is crime, there is sex tourism, there is a lot of things going on in this world, especially crime. This is unbelievable. So be careful about crime. Avoid getting involved with people who are into crime and drugs and things like that. This is another channel I have. I put P-XXX because I didn't want to type my last name, but now it's kind of, people think that it's a XXX channel, but it's not. Okay, some tips are in English, some are in Spanish. Talks a little about cities such as Medellin, where I live in. If you're interested in visiting, I would be glad to show you around. Or maybe other cities nearby, for example, Bogota, Pereira, and some other cities. I have some videos about advertising on the internet. Not mine. I have barely have any advertising. Well, my channels are pretty new, but I'm not really into the advertising business. I'm more into the computer software programming business. So I do have software already developed. I promote kind of new models, people who they're, they're barely starting into modeling. They don't know anything else. They don't, or maybe they just want to be a model. So I help them with the promotion. We do some real estate business in 3 countries, basically United States, Colombia, and a little bit in Venezuela. So if you are interested in real estate, maybe investing in Colombia, I will be help you with that, or maybe investing in Venezuela. Kind of difficult right now with the situation. I have relatives who work in the real estate in California. People in real estate in Hawaii. I do have multiple real estate websites. If you type alpes10.com, it will forward you to this one, which is a sub page of the main page. Okay, I do have Medellin Real that will forward you to Medellin Real that will forward you to this page that has a contact box where you can type your information, or you can just send me an email. Okay. All right. I don't want to make it too long, so please think about others, not only on health but on financial issues. Think about health. Think about everything. Eat healthy. Be careful. Wear safe clothing, jeans. Sandals are not good outdoors. I think I've seen people in Hawaii, for example, they walk in sandals and their feet are all messed up. I think it has to do with getting all that dirt and stuff in their feet, and they get a pretty bad feet. I don't know, maybe it's just walking like that out on the sun, extreme heat, in sandals, short pants, and I think they get in the legs burned, getting major sun exposure. The skin is pretty wrinkled, pretty damaged. So wash your skin, wash your body, wash what you eat. Eat healthy, do not eat a lot of carbs. Be careful with your health, the health of your family. Do not bring unhealthy food to your family, to your kids. Do not give them candy. Do not give them ice cream, pizza, things like that. Give them healthy food. Please, vegetables, fruits that do not have a lot of sugar. For example, if you're gonna eat a banana, eat maybe one that is, a little bit green, not the really sweet ones that have more sugar already in the banana. So watch your health, watch everybody, help, make sure that everybody's healthy, make sure that everybody's okay, follow up with the family, follow up and see how they are doing, what is their situation, help others, help institutions that help people, the well-known institutions, not just anyone, institutions such as maybe the Red Cross, things like that. And that's pretty much it. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.